Hello team, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Britain is unprepared for war at any scale, okay, and it cannot defend itself. And this is a warning from a former UK Army chief. This is General Lord Richard Dannatt, who commanded the British Army and British forces from 2006 to 2009, and this is going off a report from Dr. Johnson, who is sort of like an independent advisor to the government and the MOD. They are just saying we cannot defend itself on any scale. In some of the video which has been put out by The Sun, General Lord Dannatt has said, back in sort of the First and Second Gulf War, we were able to put out 3 manoeuvre brigades. He believes we would struggle to put out 1. We were able to put out around 35,000 troops at the height of sort of like the First, Second Gulf War. And we now can't even put out 1 manoeuvre brigade. We just do not have the defence. We do not have the personnel, the kit and equipment, even down to ammunition and missiles. We have obviously given a lot to Ukraine to help them. He's saying we've given out stockpiles of missiles and ammunition, but we are not replenishing them at a rate where we could defend ourselves. When he commanded the army back in 2006, 2009, it was around 102,000 personnel in the British Army. We're now down to just over 72,000. Okay, but it may sound like a lot, 72,000 people, but when you put that into perspective of sort of HR, sort of clerks, nurses, logistics, drivers, ammunition suppliers, mechanics, engineers. All right, that's all the people before you even get to the fighting troops, okay? Then you've got the artillery, you've got your sort of specialist sort of recce engineers. All right, and then you go down to the fighting troops of the actual infantry, who they all support, the ones we really need when a war kicks off. Everyone is pretty much supporting the infantry so the army can do its job, okay, and fight those wars. We've only got not a few personnel, but a few thousand personnel, but that is the very tip of the spear, okay, so that's the small amount. But we do not have the ammunition, we do not have the missiles to basically give to them. We don't have the equipment. We've given away majority of our AS-90s. We're waiting for, the Boxer to come in. The Archer, we've got the Archer, we're training on that, waiting for the Boxer to come in. We've given away Challies. We're waiting for the Challenger 3 to come in. Even them, they've got to be on order. We've given the majority of our CVRTs away. Yes, we've got the stockpile from, the Afghan-Iraq war, but they just sit in a warehouse. Are they really serviceable? Because we're waiting for the Ajax trials to finish. What else have we got? Fighter jets. He's saying we don't have enough fighter jets. There's another sort of air marshal that's come out recently saying we do not have enough serviceable fighter jets to defend the air, right? And all these new bits of equipment take a lot longer to build and are a lot more costly than back in the day when you wanted to mass produce sort of, say, Spitfires, right? This is a real serious warning from the former Chief of Defence, okay, former Chief of Staff, that we would massively struggle. And look what's going on in the war in the world. The Ukraine-Russia war has been going on for over 2 years now. Israel, Gaza, there's a lot of tension in the Middle East. You've got China and Taiwan. You've obviously got Korea, North Korea, South Korea. There's a lot of tension in the world, and we are warned, and I've said it in previous videos, and so have sort of former army chiefs and even serving generals. We are now in a pre-war state. After Afghan, we were post-war. We're now back into a pre-war. So they are pretty adamant something is going to kick off soon. And we just do not have the personnel, kit and equipment to defend ourselves. And people out there saying, do we need a military? They're just killers, right? We need to get rid of them. We don't, okay? We live in a bad world and we need to be able to defend ourselves. And that currently we can't do that. And General Lord Richard Dannatt thinks it's because of mass underfunding, and I believe it too. We spend just over 2% of our GDP on defence, right? That is not enough, especially considering the cost of things now. billions and billions have gone into Ajax for the next 5 to 10 years. So that's taken a large part of the defence budget. Weapon systems, not even the whole army has a SA-80A3 yet, and that has been around for years now. We've been using the SA-80 since the 80s, early 90s, right? You've got the new assault rifle that's been given to the Marines and sort of Ranger regiments, but we've still not got a full British Army with the A3 because we just don't have the budget for it. It's absolutely insane that the cuts and cuts and cuts have just been made because they want to save money, but they've not actually thought about defending ourselves, which I think's absolutely crazy. And I think we're really going to struggle when it finally does kick off, because I think it will do at some point. Even if it's something small, like he said, we would struggle to get one manoeuvre brigade out there. Yeah, you've got Power Edge, 16 Air Assault, who could go in advance. But even them, they're suffering from cuts, same as the Marines, right? We're struggling with personnel. We're down to just over 72,000, but we haven't got the recruitment to even build back up. We are losing more each year than we're recruiting, okay? So retention is worse than recruitment. So you need to fix one of them, or at least both of them. You need to keep the blokes you've got because they've got skill, they've got experience, they've got time on their hands. But you also need to replenish that as people come to the end of the careers. So you need to get recruitment up. It's a very scary warning that someone who was so high up within the military has come out and actually said this. And this Dr. Johnson, who is an independent sort of reviewer, advisor to the MOD and government, has said it as well. He's not part of the British Army. He's not part of the military. He's come in and give his own independent review and said that we are unable to defend ourselves on any scale, which is the worrying thing, any scale. So I think the government needs to stop fighting over all of these silly elections. Okay, we need to get a government in place, and we need to spend more money on our defence, and that's Royal Air Force, Royal Navy and British Army. So like I said, this is the latest news that's come out from the Sun. Sometimes we are a bit weary of the Sun, but there's an actual video. I'll put the link in the description where you can check out where General Lord Dannon actually says this, and he gives his opinion and he gives his thoughts. Right? But we are unprepared for any war. We need to increase our budget, our defence budget. We need to get rid of capita, do better on recruitment. We need to look after our guys and girls, okay, and just increase retention, because retention has been shocking, I would say, for the last 10 to 15 years as we've started to slowly pull out of Afghanistan. So there it is. Britain is unprepared for war at any scale. Really worrying to sort of hear with what's going on in the world. But I'd be very interested to know what your thoughts are. Comment below. Let us know what you think of this. Do you think we're fine? Do you think he's correct? Am I wrong? Am I correct? I'm really interested to know. We can have a discussion about it in the comments. Really interested to see what you say. I'd like to, watch to see where this goes over the next few months to a year. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I just think the government is so set on saving money because we are in huge debt that they're never going to increase the budget of the defence. And then by the time it does happen, it does kick off, it's going to be too late. And we're going to be on mass production, and we're not going to have the munitions, the kit and equipment to defend ourselves. So yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. Please comment below. Remember to like, subscribe, check out our merch, check out our coffee over on our website, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.